How's it going, Habibis? As you guys know, we got a super special awesome update last week. We got Egyptian God card alternate artwork. We got animations. We even got finishing blows. But most importantly, we got to mix our two favorite archetypes, the Egyptian Gods with Dark Magician. And I think what we have is the best mix of competition and fun that you will find on any Egyptian God video on YouTube. Guys, I was able to take this deck from Diamond 5 to Diamond 3. We were kicking butt and taking names, catching people off guard left and right against top tier decks. Without further ado, I want to get into it. I want to show you guys the deck list at the very end. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoy the video, please consider dropping a like. It really helps the channel. It helps the algorithm and all that weird YouTube stuff. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Let's get into it. All right, guys, let's see what we cook up. Is it gonna be a Thunder Force finish? Or is it gonna be a Goddo Hendo Impacta? I guess we'll find out. Here we go. So, the point of this deck is obviously to stack our deck using the key element cards of Dark Magician being Soul Servant and Dark Magical Circle, and using True Name to grab that stacked card and summon out an Egyptian God card. We're gonna do that right here. We're gonna call Infinite Impermanence and summon out Slifer the Sky Dragon. You always wanna go for Slifer turn one for a couple reasons. One, Obelisk is always that, surefire 4,000 attack point. But also too, if we are able to get the revived Sky God, we want Slifer in the graveyard. We're gonna get rid of Salvation with our Souls effect, and we're gonna change Soul Servant to add Secrets of Dark Magic to our hand. Also, something about this deck that you guys need to know is it's about drawing cards. Whether it be with Magician Souls effect, Chicken Game, Upstart Goblin, Soul Servant, we want to just keep getting into the deck. That's what is going to up our consistency. I'm going to link my Magician's Rod and my Slifer to summon out Armalier, okay? And they're going to set Big Welcome Labyrinth. So this is a Kash Lab deck we're going up against, you're going to see here. Now, I want to talk about Armalier real quick. If you guys have seen my DM videos in the past, especially like how do you play DM, that video I talk a lot about Armalier. It's a card that a lot of people don't use. It's an easy link to go into, and it's a dragon for fusion material with Dark Magician. So you're gonna see here, we're gonna immediately summon DM. They're gonna summon out Unicorn, and we are going to fuse our Armalier and DM to summon out Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight. We waited on Circle's Banish. We're gonna use it now to get rid of Unicorn, and then we're gonna chain our Rod effect. This is why we sent Rod, not Magician Souls last turn. We're gonna chain Rod effect, and then they're gonna chain Big Welcome Labyrinth, and we're gonna Ash that. They thought they can dodge the effect of Dark Magical Circle with Big Welcome Labyrinth by putting back the Unicorn to their hand. But we said no. They're gonna summon Ariana, and then we're going to get rid of that effect with Infinite Impermanence. And that's gonna effectively end their turn, and they're going to set one and pass. We're gonna activate Soul Servant, put Magician Souls on the top of our deck. We always want Magician's Rod and Souls. That is DM 101. You always want Magician Souls and Magician's Rod in your hand. I'm gonna go for Dark Magical Circle again, and I'm gonna play it because I know that whatever I get on the top of my deck, I could add the top two cards because I have Soul Servant and I have Magician Souls effect. I'm gonna do that. First card is Soul Crossing. What's the next card? Obelisk the Tormentor. We are going to summon out DM to get rid of this back row. Now, something you need to know about Soul Crossing, they're going to chain it and summon back Unicorn with their Cashier preparation here. Something to know about Soul Crossing is it has to be one of the last things you do, because Soul Crossing, it can only be activated during the main phase, and also until the end of the next turn after this card resolves. So basically for this turn and the next turn, you can only activate one card. So you want Soul Crossing to be the last thing you do. I'm going to activate it to tribute their Unicorn and Ariana, as well as my Magician Souls, to summon Obelisk the Tormentor. And I'm going to end this duel with his Fist of Fate. That is against a Cashier Labyrinth deck. We got off the Holy Trinity of DM with the Dragon Knight, the Eternal Soul, and the Dark Magical Circle. And we finished it with Obelisk. If that is not worthy of a like and a comment and a share and a sub, I don't know what is. You might as well stop watching the video. I mean, that's all I got. No, I'm just kidding. We got more. Here we go. All right, guys. So this is a simple replay. It's all about deck manipulation with Circle for for our strategy to work. So we're going to use Rod to grab our circle. Summon out Magician Souls first. Make sure you summon out Magician Souls first, or else this does not work as well. Because if you summon out Magician Souls after Dark Magical Circle, then that shuffles the deck. You want souls on the field so that you can make the decision yourself if you want to get rid of, for instance, Secrets of Dark Magic, to add one of the cards from Dark Magical Circle off the top of your deck. So that's why I always go for Circle over Servant, because it just gives me so much variability. I'm going to activate Circle, I'm going to add Servant, and then I'll activate True Name and call Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. So now this lets me summon Slifer the Sky Dragon. I'll use Magician Souls to get rid of my Servant to draw another Servant. So we're going to draw the random card. Now that we sent Servant, we're going to draw one random card from our deck, and it happens to be the Revived Sky God. So because it's the Revived Sky God, I want to set all my cards so that I can draw as much as I can. I'll set 4 and my turn. Now, the way this card works is, for those that don't know, is that it cannot be negated. Special summon a Slifer from your graveyard, and then both players draw until they have 6 cards in their hand. Something to keep in mind is you can't activate this card at your opponent's draw phase. So the second your opponent plays a card and you're in this situation, activate it so that they draw 1 and you draw, in this case, 5. So they draw 1, I draw 5. So I'm going to activate Revived Sky God, summon Slifer in defense mode, and draw until I have 6 cards in my hand. They're going to use Unicorn. I'm going to go ahead and Ash their Unicorn effect. They're going to use Unicorn's effect to rip out Baron to floor. Doesn't matter. They're going to summon out Rise Heart. Now we have follow-up plays. We're going to get rid of it using our Dark Magician. And I believe they scoop it up. We would have crushed them though. I mean, we had Soul Crossing, we had Obelisk in hand. Like we were cooking. Let's see the next one. All right, so here we're going up against a 60 card pile deck, and we have True Name in our opening hand, which is a good start. Next, we need to search for a card that lets us look at the top card of our deck. We're gonna go Prep into IOC into Magician's Rod. I'm gonna put my shiny Slifer back, but it is going to come back very soon. I'm gonna activate Circle. I'm gonna get Soul Servant. I don't like the cards at the top of my deck, so I'm gonna change Servant to my True Name here, okay? So see what I did? I activated True Name, and I changed Servant to it. I'm gonna put Magician Souls on the top of my deck, and I'm going to call Magician Souls. I get to now summon back the Slifer that I just put back on the top of my deck. Next, I'm going to activate Magician Souls effect. I said in the past, this deck is all about drawing cards. Continuously drawing cards. So I get rid of the Monster Reborn and Circle, 2 very powerful cards, but they don't do any use for me right now. So I get rid of them to draw 2. I'm going to link 3 into BLS, Soldier of Chaos, a powerful, very powerful monster. Since it was summoned with a level 7 or higher monster, it can't be targeted with effects, and it cannot be destroyed by my opponent's card effects. Okay? I'm going to draw lock them here, and then they're going to play Grass Looks Greener. I'm going to Ash that. You always want to Ash Grass. Grass is just an annoying card to deal with, especially against these 60 card pile decks. They're going to go Sprite Elf, and then they're going to bring back their Nemesis Flag here and end their turn. I'm going to recycle my Magician's Rod here, okay? Summon DM, tribute it to bring back Rod, okay? So, this is where I start to cook. Okay, we draw Dark Magician Girl. Very important. They're going to play Havness. They're gonna cook a little bit, but this is Chef Boyar Maddie's cooking show, okay? And Epidemic here is gonna be my first disciple, my first student. So we're gonna activate Circle. We get Secrets of Dark Magic. I'm gonna play IOC. I'm gonna put IOC back. I want Dark Magician Girl in my hand for secrets. I'm gonna summon Magician Souls, and this will be the final battle phase of the duel. We're gonna banish Kit Kalos. Now, how do we end this duel? Okay, we're gonna fuse into the Dark Magicians here, go into swing for 28. Then we're gonna activate Eternal Soul, summon Dark Magician. You might ask, Chef Boyar Maddie, they're gonna have 600 life points left. How are you gonna win the duel? Right there. Because we activated Eternal Soul, we got to draw a card with Dark Magicians. It is none other than the Revived Sky God. We're gonna activate it.
Behold the Egyptian God card, Slifer, the Sky Dragon!
To summon Slifer, the Sky Dragon! And Epidemic is gonna scoop. They're gonna let me get my Thunder Force attack. Alright guys, I have a confession to make. This deck bricks from time to time. You know, I'm not gonna be that guy that tells you, oh, this deck is invincible, it's never going to lose. It, like any other deck, it bricks. However, this is what we do to survive. I'm gonna fast forward through most of this because it doesn't start to really pick up until my next turn. They are playing Invoked Sword Soul. They're gonna set up a Macabre Negate, and they're gonna go for a lot of damage. What we did during our turn is we set up for our next turn, hoping that we would get a next turn. Sometimes that's how Yu-Gi-Oh! Is. You just have to hope that you get a next turn. So what we did is we went with Circle. We put the top card of our deck to be Foolish Burial, you're gonna see, and we're gonna make a lot of plays with it. But we gotta get there. Luckily, this is all they're able to do. They use Vishuda's effect to put the Eternal Soul that I had placed back into my hand. And now is when we start to cook. Foolish Burial, we're gonna activate Foolish Burial to send our Slifer. I was so excited they did not negate this. I should have set my Eternal Soul to draw 6. I draw 5 cards off of the Revived Sky God. I just wanted to get it off. I was in such a hurry. They draw me, but that's okay. I activate Soul Crossing. Soul Crossing, remember, is not once per turn. They negate it with Macabre, so we burn their Macabre negate. Luckily, we have a second Soul Crossing, so I was not worried about that at all. I activate it again to summon out Obelisk, tributing all 3 of their monsters. We have both Obelisk and Slifer, and we end the duel with Obelisk's Fist of Fury. Obelisk and Slifer together. We go from literally having nothing, being on the brink of losing, to summoning out both Egyptian God cards. All right, guys, so here is the deck list. This is the secret formula that we got cooked up. I hope you guys like it, okay? I'm gonna talk about it briefly. So we are missing Maxi from this deck. I prefer Droll and Lockbird. I feel like this is the meta-defining hand trap of the season, of the meta. Droll and Lockbird work so well, I would rather stop my opponent than draw cards. So that's why I elected to have the 3 Ash, 3 Droll, 1 Imperm, and the big change is Soul Crossing. If you saw my video from my previous video, if you saw my deck, I'm sorry, from my previous video, I didn't use Soul Crossing. I only had 2 Egyptian God cards. I upped the number of Egyptian God cards to 3, so now it's more likely that I'll have an Egyptian God card in my hand as well as Soul Crossing. Something else people don't know is True Name allows you to not only special summon from the deck, but you can actually say, no, I want to add the Egyptian God card to my hand. So that's another option to basically search for your Egyptian God cards. And like I mentioned in the video as well, we are all about getting into the deck. That's how we get the consistency up. Drawing cards, drawing cards. So Chicken Game, Upstart, we're essentially playing a 38 card deck. So this is what I've cooked up. This is what I've been using in Ranked and Diamond. So I hope this video helps you guys. I hope you guys get to have as much fun with it as I did. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the like button. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you in the next one. Peace and love, Habibis.
Is